Welcome to this Football Manager 2018 experiment video where I'm going to have a look in depth at another save file from my 100 simulations of the 2018 World Cup experiment that I did. And the save that I'm going to look at in depth today is the remarkable story of Panama finishing 4th in the 24th simulation of this experiment. Incredible stuff. I mean, it's incredible that we had a Uruguay versus Russia final, but Panama finishing 4th is just unbelievable. The only thing that wasn't surprising in this World Cup was Belgium managed to finish 3rd. I mean, that's quite predictable. They finished in the top 4 the most times out of any nation. Obviously they won the World Cup the most times as well. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, please go and check out the video in the description where I holidayed 100 World Cups on FM18. The next video I am going to do, by the way, is the Serbia final, where Serbia managed to beat Spain in the 15th simulation. Quite a few people want me to have a look in depth at that save. I know there's a lot of Serbians following me on YouTube. There's also another video that I released recently asking you guys to get involved, really. I would like your simulations sent to me. I'm going to put together a massive database of all the simulations that you guys do and make a video on it, basically. There's a Discord chat and everything, so a link to that video is in the description below for more details. And lastly, another video plug. If you want to watch the Argentina 6 Colombia 4 final from the 77th simulation, I've already made a video on that as well, so head over to my channel and you can watch that. Anyway, I'm going to start with the group stages again, and we're going to follow the journey of Panama in particular, but there's a few interesting things here that you may spot. First of all, you can see Morocco going through from their group ahead of Portugal, which is pretty good. But starting with Group A, Uruguay eventual winners. In fact, the 2 eventual finalists came from Group A, which is, I feel, the weakest group overall. Egypt, a strong team. Uruguay, a strong team. Russia, a strong team. But I kind of feel like there's no superstar team in there. Every other group has a superstar. We've got Spain, France, Argentina, Brazil, Germany, Belgium, and maybe the last group doesn't quite have a superstar team as well. So yeah, Group A and H, similar. But anyway, Uruguay and Russia managed to go through, as you can see there. Egypt got 1 win against Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia actually beat Russia, with Russia beating Egypt and Uruguay beating Morocco. Not Morocco, Egypt and Saudi Arabia. It shows the second round matches there for some reason. I don't know why. That's a bit weird. This was amazing. Morocco went through ahead of Portugal. Look how close it was though. No team managed to win 2 games. Spain beat Morocco 3-0, who finished 2nd. Morocco beat Iran 3-0, who finished 3rd. And of course, Iran beat Spain. Portugal didn't win a single game. They drew all 3 matches, so they went out without losing a single game. It's pretty unlucky, really, because the other teams didn't do necessarily that much better. They just actually were able to get a win despite losing a match. That was a very strange group. France and Denmark went through from Group C. France won every single game. There's no big scores. Group D, Croatia and Argentina went through this. Yeah, and once again, not an out-and-out winner there. Croatia finished ahead of Argentina. Croatia beat Iceland, and Argentina beat Nigeria 3-1. Nigeria did beat Iceland. Iceland managed to get a draw against Argentina though, which is very impressive. I really want Iceland to do well at the World Cup, but they're in an incredibly difficult group, I must say. I mean, Croatia and Argentina surely will qualify. Nigeria, you never know. They don't seem to be doing that well at the moment. I can see Argentina and Croatia sailing through that group, but I would love Iceland to go through. Well, I really like Croatia as well, but then I also want Messi to do well because it's Messi, so it's a bit difficult, that group. Anyway, Group E, Brazil went through, winning 2 games. They beat Switzerland and Serbia to get 7 points. Sweden, Mexico and South Korea all got 1 win each, but fortunately for Sweden, they were able to go through, I'm guessing on goal difference there. Belgium easily went through from Group G, but the surprise package, Panama, they went through. They managed to beat Tunisia and they drew against England 1-1, and that put them through because England drew all 3 matches. 1-1 against Panama, 3-3 against Belgium and 2-2 against Tunisia. They certainly knew how to score goals, but they didn't know how to keep them out, unfortunately. That put them out at the group stage with Tunisia. Well, I mean, that draw for Tunisia against England basically knocked England out there. But Tunisia also went out in the process after conceding 10 goals. Belgium beat Tunisia 6-2. Insane game. And lastly, Group H, Poland went through along with Senegal. Colombia knocked out, which is a bit of a surprise. Senegal did really well in this competition by the looks of it. Japan, 0 points. I don't remember them ever really featuring in the latter stages. I can't imagine that they will on many of these simulations. So eventual finalist Uruguay had, I guess, an easy task with Morocco, but they did put up some fight. It finished 4-2. And as you can see, they were 2-0 down until the 79th minute. Wow, the Southampton guy, Buffal, scored in the 29th minute. Bamal scored in the 49th minute. Suarez with a hat-trick to save his country scored in the 79th minute, but they still were going out until Cavani scored a penalty, and then 2 very late goals from Suarez put them through. So Morocco really unlucky here. They put up an incredibly good fight against the eventual winners, Uruguay. Russia, really surprising win against Spain. Shatov with the goal in the 67th minute. Spain just really dreadful. I mean, most of the competitions, they're one of the most consistent teams across the 100 simulations. They did win a lot of World Cups. They also got through to the last 4 on numerous occasions. But Russia were too strong for them in this one. Argentina, 3-2 against France. They faced off against each other again in the second round, just like the previous simulation we looked at. France went down to 10 men, but it was a couple late goals again. So Higuain with a hat-trick in this one. But it was 1-1 until the 89th minute when Higuain scored. Griezmann scored in the 90th, and then Higuain scored once again in the 93rd. So once again, a late goal in that group. Croatia beat Denmark 2-0. 2 late goals in that game as well. Brazil beat Sweden 3-1 after extra time, thanks to Thiago Silva and Firmino. And Belgium, what a game this is. 4-3 against Senegal. They made tough work of it. Mane scored 2 goals. Lukaku scored 2 goals. They were too strong for Senegal in the end, but they were actually 3-2 down until De Bruyne scored in the 65th minute, and then Origi scored 2 minutes later. So that wasn't exactly ideal for them. Interestingly, Leon Bailey, I don't think, is he not involved in this one? He's not, is he? So Leon Bailey didn't actually play. Oh, there he is. He's injured on the bench. Could that be why they didn't win this World Cup? Because Leon Bailey wasn't actually involved because of injury. Maybe. We're looking at this quarterfinals to see if he was involved. So this was a really good win for Panama, beating Poland 1-0 thanks to a 61st minute winner. Let's have a look at this goal then, which sent them through to the quarterfinals. Oh, imagine the scenes in Panama when this goal went in eventually. We'll see it eventually go in. Sometimes the highlights are a bit long on Football Manager, I think, because this isn't really that important. But anyway, this is the winning goal. Headed past the keeper. Szczesny couldn't keep it out. He got a hand to it, but it wasn't enough. Wow, that is incredible. Tejeda with the winning goal. The striker who's 36 years old. But he's got the finishing ability. Quarterfinals then. Uruguay, the eventual winners, beat Croatia 1-0 thanks to a goal from Suarez again. I think he went on to win the Golden Boot. Yeah, he went on to win the Golden Boot with 8 goals. Russia, what a game against Argentina this is. 4-3. They also went down to 10 men. And it did enable Argentina to get back into it. They opened the scoring with Dybala, but 4 goals from Russia. Very close to half-time. 36th minute, 45th minute. Went 3-1 up just before the end of the half. And then Smolov just in the second half made it 4-1. Red card made it a little bit difficult for them, but Argentina just couldn't quite get back into it. But that is magnificent. Golovin with man of the match, as you can see there. Excellent stuff. Belgium beat Germany 1-0. Leon Bailey's still not playing, so they did actually do quite well without Leon Bailey in this tournament, which I was saying in the last video, like, I think they would do well without him anyway, and this is what happened. They beat Germany. That's a really good win, and they went down to 10 men because Nainggolan got sent off, so that's very impressive. You may have thought I forgot about Panama, but I was leaving them till the end because they somehow beat Brazil 2-0. This is absolutely incredible. They beat the world's greatest ever World Cup team 2-0. They were the 3rd most successful nation in this experiment as well. This is truly brilliant. They played Firmino, they played Coutinho, they played Gabriel Jesus, Fabinho, some really good players. They didn't play Neymar. Maybe they were resting him, thinking they'd get through. Douglas Costa came on as well. Brilliant stuff, but 2 relatively late goals put them through. They weren't completely outclassed. Obviously, Brazil had the better statistics here, but it could have been a lot worse. Man of the match, Escobar at the back, 23-year-old centre-back. What a performance. Escobar opened the scoring as well with a goal. I presume it's from a set piece. Crossed in and back post. Escobar, unmarked, finds the back. Good finish from a defender. And then Quintero, who seems to be heavily involved with their set pieces, made it 2-0 and put it out of the reach of Brazil. This is the best win of this World Cup. This is my favourite win of the World Cup. Panama beating Brazil in the World Cup quarter-finals to put them into the semis. It's just, oh, if this happens in real life, you know, I don't even care if England get knocked out with Panama going to finish 4th. That's just a story and a half. Quintero, look at that. He's lobbed the keeper. Brilliant stuff. So we go through to the semi-final, where Uruguay beat Belgium 2-1. Now, I noticed Lukaku got injured in the quarter-final, so that might have been a bit of a problem for them. They played Mertens up front instead. Bailey did play, but didn't have a very good game. Mertens did actually put them 1-0 up, but Cavani and Godin put Uruguay through to a World Cup final. This would be their 3rd ever World Cup win, remember, because they won the first ever competition and in 1950, a long time ago. Poor old Panama, after their heroics against Brazil, fell apart against Russia, though. Russia were too strong for them. Looking at the stats, they were relatively equal, but Russia obviously were just more clinical in front of goal. They scored 4 goals in the first half in front of their own stadium. Russia, phenomenal World Cup from them. Of course, they did actually win a couple World Cups in this experiment, remember, which I was a little bit surprised about. They actually reached the last 4 12 times, which is not bad going, really, out of 100. So we move on to the 3rd place playoff. Belgium were too strong for Panama, but they did score a goal. Despite getting a player sent off. Nangoden got sent off again, by the way. But yeah, Panama had a player sent off. Belgium were easily the better team in this. This is the first time they've really been outclassed in the statistics. 63% possession for Belgium, 31 shots. But let's have a look at the goal from Roman Torres, who's basically treated as a film star in Panama, I hear. He is a legend over there. He's got 121 caps for his country on this. And he scored a 33rd minute goal to get them back into the game briefly before Witsel scored a 3rd. But let's have a look at Torres' goal. Just imagine the scenes in Panama. Even though they're losing, even though they'd lost the previous game 4-0, the country would go wild if that ever happened. If he scores a goal at the World Cup, even if it's, you know, against Tunisia in the group stage, they're going to love it. Even if they lose 5-1 against Tunisia in the group stage and Roman Torres scores, they will love it. So, wow, little old Panama doing phenomenally well in this World Cup. It's great to see. We'll watch the 2 goals from Uruguay as well to win them the World Cup. Cavani with a penalty in the 45th minute. Russia actually had more shots. It doesn't look like the most exciting final ever, but Uruguay did enough. I think Russia would be very happy with runners-up, though, wouldn't they? No way are they going to do that in the summer. Surely. You never know. But I just can't see it. Lovely penalty from Cavani. And then Suarez with a very, very late goal in the 93rd minute. To make it a little bit more interesting, it's not really... It's not exciting. If a game finishes 1-0 and it's because of a penalty, we don't want that in a World Cup final, do we? So it's good to see Suarez get another goal just to make it a little bit more interesting. It's crossed in. Cavani headed back to Suarez. Suarez comes in field. Nice finish to win Uruguay the World Cup. We'll have a look at the awards then. So Eden Hazard did win the player of the tournament, and remember, he won 23 of these throughout the 100 simulations, which is incredible. Suarez was second, with Oleg Shatov third. Really impressive stuff from him. Golden Boot was won by Suarez with 8 goals, ahead of Hazard and Mertens, as you can see. That best goalkeeper, the Uruguay goalkeeper. He plays for Galatasaray. He's won over 100 caps for Uruguay now. He's been around a long time. Best young player was won by Kaputska, the Pole, who I remember being quite impressive at Euro 2016. This is the dream team. I don't know if it's automatically a 4-4-2, but we've got Munier in there again and De Bruyne in there. Royce on the left, Cavani and Suarez up front, the 2 Uruguayan centre-backs and the Uruguayan goalkeeper. It's obviously built on their defence, this tournament, when they did really, really well. And the goal of the tournament, scored by Luis Suarez against Morocco. Let's have a look at this. They won this game 4-2, remember? And this was the goal of the tournament. It's not always necessarily the best goal, aesthetically anyway, when you get these awards on Football Manager. That's a good strike. There might be a better goal somewhere, but according to the game, that is the best goal of the tournament. So thank you for watching this video. Let's just look at Little World Panama. Pay homage to them. Well done. 86th in the world rankings, and they managed to finish 4th at the 2018 World Cup on this simulation. That is incredible. Next simulation that I'm going to look at is the Serbian World Cup win, so please check that out if you're interested in that. But until next time, enjoy FM18, enjoy the rest of your day. I'll see you very soon.